Under a luminous moon, in the back seat of a car, a little girl lay pretending to sleep while overhearing a conversation that might end her world as she knew it. Her parents debated which family they should choose to give her away. Despite her overwhelming anxiety, she remained still, terrified that any sound might tip the scales against her presence in her own family. That little girl was me. This scene, decades ago, marked the beginning of my journey as a professional people pleaser, always believing I wasn't good enough unless I made myself indispensable. From being a bookkeeper at 7 to cooking for my family at 12, I adopted adult responsibilities quite early, never questioning my worth beyond my utility. When I learned the term child labor at school, my first response was, "What? Those kids got paid?" Behaving as an adult when you are still a child is exhausting. It's like a little girl constantly standing on her toes, straining to show the world she's tall enough. This struggle didn't end with my childhood. It followed me into adulthood, particularly in professional settings, where I often felt paralyzed in meetings, brimming with ideas, yet unable to voice them. I found it especially challenging to ask for help, always concerned it would lead to rejection. The question that changed everything came during a session with my voice coach, who asked, "What holds you back?" A pivotal moment I shared in my previous speech. Reflecting on this later, tears streaming down my face at a train station, I realized my need to be seen as good stemmed from a deep-seated fear of rejection, of being metaphorically given away again, much like that night under the moon. Building on my first step in finding my voice, where I learned to confront the silencing thoughts, my second step was to delve deeper, understanding why those thoughts held such power, and explore how the shadows of that night still shaped my fears and actions. I asked myself, are you still that little girl whose fate depends on others' decisions? No, I'm no longer that child, though I've carried her fears. I asked myself, who can give you away now? No one. Otherwise, it would be illegal. I asked myself, under whose value system are you being judged as good or not? Others. If I continue imprisoning myself by others' standards, I will have less voice. I realized my fear of not being good enough, which had silenced me for so long, was unfounded. It's not that I'm not good enough, but I think I'm not good enough. I wanted to be good because that little girl wanted to stay. Understanding the reasons behind the thoughts was both liberating and transformative. I began to make noise, quite literally, practicing my voice work each morning loudly enough to stir the neighbor's dog into a chorus of barks. Emboldened, I even got a car plate ending with 3 letters, WTF. A declaration of my newfound ability to express frustration and assert my presence. A health warning here, don't mess with me now. If you wish to find and use your voice, don't just ask what holds you back. I invite you to delve deeper into the roots of your fears. Ask yourself, who told you that you weren't good enough? And why did you choose to believe them? This journey of deeper understanding can liberate us from the chains we've unknowingly accepted. Long ago, a friend taught me that if we met 10 people in this world, 7 would always not care. 2 would dislike our voice, but there would always be 1 who would celebrate when we found our voice. Together, let's challenge those old narratives and dance with the one under the moon, safe and free, embracing the voices we were meant to share.